again. See you again.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are headed over to ASM, which has actually moved over to Golden Sands Raceway in Wisconsin, and we're gonna do a little test day with the NC with them, and hopefully we have a better time with these axle seals because, as you guys know, this has been the bane of my existence. And hopefully between John and Dakota and Andy and myself and whoever else is there, we can all collaborate if we have the problem on what do we think this is and how can we fix it. But it's pretty cold. It snowed yesterday, all melted and went away, and today it's a lot warmer, but it's still quite cold and it's got a good breeze. So I'm gonna try and dress really warm because I'm probably just gonna be standing around outside. But first, my dog would not let me leave until I took him on a walk, so I'm gonna go for a walk with River and then we'll head to the track. Allegedly, it's 50. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling 50. I feel like it was warmer yesterday when it was snowing, but what do I know? I'm not a weatherman. This is the cheapest I've seen gas in quite a while up here, so that's cool. Okay, so I just made it to the track, filled up the truck right before we got here, and now I'm waiting on John. I'm pretty excited for this. Like, I think I've said in previous videos, like, John doesn't do much for him, so this whole car is like such a big deal, and I'm really glad that we're doing this. I think it's gonna force him to like take time and do something he enjoys, driving and developing a car. And I'm just really excited that we are getting to squeeze this extra day in because definitely did not anticipate this. I thought we did our final event at Autobahn, and I thought that that was it for the year, unless if we went down south, like maybe Barber or AMP or somewhere in Florida. So I'm really excited that this is only 30 minutes from the house and we're getting to do another day this year. And though it's not a big track or anything crazy, I'm just excited to have him be able to drive the car, test the car again, and be with ASM, especially because they've been helping us out with this car so much. And if it has the issues with the axle seals, I really hope that, you know, we can all put our heads together and try and figure out what's going on. So hopefully, if this goes well, depending on what's going on, we can get the cage sorted out sooner than later and get the cage done in it, because obviously that's going to be a part of the development. So fingers crossed this goes well, because this will probably pivot our next step into bringing this car along, whether it's more testing, whether it's doing the cage, whether it's adjusting suspension, whatever it is. I think today is going to be a deciding factor on what the next step is. So yeah, enough of me yapping. Let's go see the car drive. So we're putting fuel in the NC. John just drove our truck for the first time and loved it. It's the biggest thing with the truck was that I was replacing the X5.
It works mechanically.
That is true. We were replacing the X5 with it.
My power windows.
And I was really sad about the spirit of Carol, the people.
Spent $4,000 on this, and I got $4,000 worth of truck. $8,000 worth of truck, actually bargain, if you will. It's a great truck. Sold to me by a friend of mine, two friends of mine, and I couldn't be happier with it, except we failed to discuss that it doesn't have cruise control, and that's a deal breaker.
Okay, now you gotta do the Instagram. Okay, so like I was saying, bought the truck to replace the X5 just because we need something that can tow more and just fits our life a little better than the X5 unfortunately was. But the X5 had so many quirks, and that was my favorite thing about the X5 and why I loved it so much. Like, it just had stupid little things that didn't work or whatever, and like, as much as they were annoying, I loved it, and I felt like it made me have like a relationship with it. And to get this truck and the truck have like its own set of quirks, like I absolutely love it, because it just makes me feel like I still have Carol with me, which is what I call the BMW, because she's just a pain. But obviously we're not calling the truck Carol, we're calling the truck Catherine. She's just the new version of Carol. I'm really excited, but don't usually name most of my, I don't know, I guess I kind of do name my cars. So far successful. No diff drippage. So I don't know, he is, I think maybe he's cooling it off. I'm not sure. We've stopped going on the track. We are now just doing the oval. So hopefully it's not because he's smelling something, and hopefully it's just to let everything cool. Let's see. Quick check. I see no drippage. Success. So far, diff seals are good, so that's good. Really happy about that, because just don't want to keep dealing with this problem. So far, everything seems to be good. We did have a weird little, like, it was holding limiter at 4,000, and don't know what happened there, but it registered that something was wrong and went into a limp mode. So good news is there's a fail safe, and you know, worst case something happens, the car is going to be okay. But it was very odd, don't know where that came from, but all resolved, all is good, and the car is driving really great, so yay. Okay, so Andy just drove the car, and we were talking about how it doesn't love being half throttle. It gets a little lurchy. So we had Andy drive it, one, to give his best shot at blowing out these diff seals, and two, to take a look at that weird throttle thing. And he is going to change the throttle mapping real quick, and fingers crossed that'll help with that, just because it comes on and it's just so hard, and then it's like lurchy. I don't know. I don't drive it on track, so I only know from driving it on street, and on street it's the same, obviously the same way. It just doesn't really like being in between no throttle or full throttle. So hopefully that'll get fixed and they will both be happy with it. Okay, John's going out now and testing the NC, so let's hope he's happy.
beyond my knowledge set, so he's actually teaching me a little bit about how this works. But basically, with the drive-by-wire, I'm getting like what feels like 70% throttle to 100% throttle or nothing, which makes it tricky. So we're resetting it and getting a little bit more modulation, so it's a bit of a nicer driving experience, and it's better.
Good. Okay, so I'm back home and I'm editing this video, and I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I have been really bad about doing outros for track day videos, and that is my bad. I just get so wrapped up in packing everything and making sure things go to the right place, because not all the cars are in the same location as of right now. And so you got to make sure that you send the right tools with the right cars and, you know, the whole thing. So I just get a little overwhelmed with that, and then I forget to do an outro. My bad, I promise I will be better. But we did end up putting the NC on a lift and taking a look at everything just to make sure that there wasn't any leakage that we weren't smelling or smoke was coming from. We just wanted to double check and make sure that this test was successful. And good news, it was. There was no leakage or any sign of the diff seals coming out. So fingers crossed, we fixed it. And if we take this thing to a big track coming up soon, that it will be solid. But with that being said, that is a wrap on this video. And once again, I'm so glad we got to do this test day with this thing. It was definitely much needed, especially before having a winter break. So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I will catch you in the next one.